So I just suntanned naked, completely naked in the backyard. I sun gazed naked because sometimes I looked up into the sun, and while my not little, huge little, medium, 6 inches, 7 inches, my penis hung down, and a caterpillar was sucking it. I don't know. I was in the sun, and I realized something. Why the fuck do we wear clothes? I honestly have never in my life, I mean, my body is tan. But if you take my pants off, which I don't know anyone on YouTube who will take my pants off. If you take my pants off, my wiener is whitewashed. It's Irish. Like, if you met me in real life, my skin's all dark, and it's going to get darker. I easily tan. Because the amount of melanin in my body. But, like, honestly, just going outside and when no one's home, and if you have a fence, a large fence, luckily my grandparents do, sun gaze, naked. You will feel amazing. And doesn't anyone else feel that we're trapped when we're in our houses sometimes? Like, this master plan of we get a job, we go to college, we get a house, we get a car, and then we die. I mean, we have kids, and then we die. Retirement. But really, we're not meant to live in this cage, in this box. Windows, like Master of Earth said, that YouTube channel, suppress sunlight. You think you're looking at sunlight, you think you're getting it, but you're really not. Windows suppress natural light. You're not getting natural light if the window isn't open. Yeah, bet you didn't know that. So what does it feel like when you're sun gazing and your private parts are being exposed to the sun? Amazing! It feels fucking amazing. And we are suppressing that. When I have my own house, like, not the first one I get, because I know I'm going to have a first one. I know I'm going to have a shitty first one that I'm going to collect rent from another person who lives with me. I know I'll have a first one, and it'll be shit. But my second house, I am going to sun tan naked every day. I mean, not tan, but I'm going to sun gaze naked. And honestly, I wish people in this society just made it a social norm to be naked. Honestly, you're so much healthier being naked. You are. You honestly are. I noticed overnight, my muscles got more toned. Like, because yesterday, you honestly get every vitamin from the sun. Where the fuck do you think fruits get vitamins? Just like if your hair dies, just like if a plant dies. We are pretty much just like plants. You give it water. You give it sun. You don't necessarily have to use shampoos with a bunch of fucking ingredients that will kill you. Give you cancer. Yes, the ingredients, when you put the ingredient that is in M&M's, red number 5, or red number 40, in shampoo, so it's red looking, which is a byproduct of charcoal or coal, you're putting that in your hair, which gets absorbed into your pores of your body. That's why when someone refers me like Old Spice or Axe shampoo, I'm like, no! Those are horrible for your health. And they're like, your health? It's just your hair. Like, see, that's what I mean about enlightened people versus stupid people. But sun gazing outside, it's fucking amazing. Why can't we all just be naked? I'm sorry, that sounds crazy, but oh, look at Jesus' hand. Oh. Take a picture. This is me sucking God's dick. Sorry. That's me sucking the sun's dick. I don't know. I'm crazy. I just get so much energy when I go out into the fucking sun. I do. But it's like, I don't have it unless I'm moving. If I'm just standing and sitting in the sun in one place, it's like I'm storing the energy. I'm not using it. But then once I start walking, once I start doing something, especially if I go inside, I can complete a shitload of things. This morning, I didn't even feel like I needed my seizure meds anymore. I don't. I honestly feel like I don't. The only reason I'm taking them is precautions. Anytime I have a seizure, even once a month, just once a month for a minute, that's how bad my seizures are. I'll have once a month for a minute in my bed in the morning, and my grandma, for attention, will call the ambulance and say, he needs to go to the hospital. He's injured. And sometimes I'll be awake enough to say, I don't want to go to the hospital. And then my grandparents will get all pissed off at me. You need to raise your meds. You need to talk to your doctor. I'm like, I know you guys are drug addicts. And Grandma, you're on 15 medications now. 15 drugs! If that's not a drug addict, a drug addiction, then I don't know what a drug addiction is anymore. If you are on 15 drugs, yeah, creams are drugs. When it is synthetically made in a laboratory, it is not made from nature. It is a drug. If it says drug facts on the back, it is a drug. You can't ignore, Grandma, that it is a drug. When you have 15 drugs in your body in one goddamn day, you are fucked up as hell. I'm sorry. Look how energetic I am. I got that from being in the sun for 20 minutes. 20 minutes of being naked in the sun. I'm this energetic. You feel like shit every day, and you sit on your ass on your iPad and do nothing, and then you drive to the church or your friends and sit there and move around a tiny bit. You don't go jogging. You don't go to new places. You don't. You do drugs, and then you visit your friends. I love giving people honest reality. That's reality that you don't want to face. You're a drug addict. So is Grandpa. Grandpa is a drug addict, and he won't admit that. You guys are both drug addicts. And if I have a little bit of marijuana, I'm a huge drug addict to you guys. Marijuana is a fucking plant. And all it does is slow down your brain speed if you have way too much. The only reason it kills brain cells is because a long, long time ago, they did a study on baby monkeys where they gas masked them with ounces of marijuana, which they had no oxygen to their brains, which killed the baby monkeys. Duh! If you do that to anything, if you give no oxygen to anyone's brain, it kills them. Huh! That's the only study they've done on it with killing brain cells. Well, no, instead of the New Age ones where it says it doesn't kill brain cells, which they don't make public, so people like my grandparents still think that it kills brain cells. Stupid people! No, really. Honestly, sungazing gives you this much fucking energy, especially if you do it naked. Didn't know that. I didn't even have to look at the sun that much. I just had to expose my whole body while my feet were in nature, while they were in dirt. Not wet dirt, dry dirt. Oh yeah, and if I had glass jars, I would put them outside in the sun so they could become solar charged. Like Azius, or however you say his name, that YouTube channel, he suggested that, and he does that. But I can't do that because if I put jars outside full of water, my grandparents would throw them away. They'd say, hey, why are you doing this? This doesn't work. Let's go. They put bottled waters in the freezer. Then they put them in the fridge. Then they put them in the sunlight for like 5 days, which puts so much poison into the water from the plastic. When I fill this up, I drink this right away. Why? Because if you let this plastic be heated up, it puts poison. EPA, BPA, what's it called? There's so many 3-letter things. I think it's BPA in the water. It's poison. It's plastic poison. My grandparents think that since they're still alive, they think they're healthy. They're dying from the inside out. My grandma has a heart thing attached to her heart. That's a good indication you're not healthy when you need a robotic thing attached to your heart to keep you alive. You aren't healthy. You're dying. I love giving the truth to people because people are so out of reality. They're so out of touch with real reality. Oh no, I'm fine. I eat salads. Okay, well, work out. No, I can't work out. Yeah. Oh, and if you're wondering how I do that, how I just stop the coughing, it's a mental thing. I mean, you still feel it after. But people, when they're coughing, they usually have panic attacks, and they'll usually go into an asthma attack. I grew up with asthma, and it still kind of gets me, but surely, soonly, it will go away completely. For how much the sun is helping me, but I've learned that you calm yourself down while it's happening. You don't think about it, and it stops right away. Look how easily I'm talking again. I didn't even drink water after it happened. When someone hits you on the back when you're coughing or choking, it makes your paranoia, your anxiety, your panic attack worse. So you cough more. My mom's an idiot I'm sorry, Mom, I love you to death, but you aren't smart when it comes to coughing. When you cough, you have a panic attack, and you keep coughing. But if I suggest something, you won't do it. You'll say, okay, that's interesting. But then you'll never do it. At least Grandma, if I say, Grandma, you won't listen, you're not interested, or you won't do it, then she'll try to prove me wrong, and she will do it. That's the only way I can get my grandma to do anything that she doesn't like doing. I have to say to her, I have to actually tell her that she can't do it, or she won't like it, so she will prove me wrong. That's how I get her to do things. I honestly don't care enough about her working out right now because she's at the age of 69. She has something stuck to her heart to keep her alive. She has a messed up foot. She's on 15 medications, and she wants more. I see no hope in helping her. I'm not going to manipulate her to make her better, which I can do, but I'm not going to do it because I see when I have cousins that I see potential in. I don't see any potential in my grandparents at all. None. They have no potential at all. They're going to die. No one's going to remember them. That's the end. We're going to have a funeral. We're going to have a reception. No one will remember them within the next 5 years after that. No one will talk about them. Maybe they'll become mentioned, but no one will really say, hey, do you remember when we used to do this stuff at Grandma's? No, we won't talk about her because she was rude to everyone. She was rude, she was mean, and that's what drugs do to you. They fuck your head up. When you're rubbing fucking 3 creams on your foot to fix it, you would maybe recollect, you would think about, hey, these aren't helping me. Maybe creams don't help my foot. Maybe I should get off all these drugs that aren't helping me, go the fuck outside, look at the sun maybe, like my grandson's been saying, since he's so healthy. Try it. Just maybe try it. If I don't like it, then I won't do it. Just try it. Maybe eat some vegetables. Instead of live on coffee and cheese. Eat some meat, vegetables, and maybe slowly start exercising through physical therapy. But wait, you'll never do that because you don't listen to anyone. Yeah, hard truth that's the truth. You won't listen to anything I just said, but it's the hard truth. So yes, sun gazing is the most amazing thing on this earth. Don't go overboard though. Eat. Still eat, but eat healthy. Don't use a microwave. I don't ever use the microwave. This year is when I stopped completely using the microwave. I never use the microwave. I always use the oven. And every electronic has radiation, but the oven does not have as much radiation. I burped. You are literally eating radiation. When they do chemo and they do radiation on a cancer cell, which you can get rid of very easily through using baking soda in water or looking at the sun. So they're putting concentrated radiation on one spot of your body. They're poisoning, killing you, and you're paying them to do it. And I'm laughing at you right here. Just smiling. Why not smile? I smile and laugh at dumb people. The only time I act dumb is when I want something from someone. I want them to teach me how to do it, so I act oblivious, so they think I'm dumb, and they say everything, they explain everything to me. Because if you just ask them, that actually works too. If that person actually thinks the world of themselves, they will say, what? You don't know? And then they'll tell you everything, because they literally think they know everything, and you'll know. But if you don't ask anything, if you're not spoken, you don't ask, then you'll never know. You gotta sometimes ask. Even if the person's creepy, even if they're stronger than you, even if... I talk to the biggest guys at the gym. They can be on steroids, and I'll still say hello to them. And they can be nice. They can be really fucking nice. You never know just by looking at someone. And I've noticed my coughing spells in the morning go away. Coughing spells as in, I used to cough every morning and spit up mucus from the food I ate, as my body would reject it. Now, since I started sun gazing, it doesn't happen. I mean, if I talk too much, my throat will get irritated and I'll cough a little bit, like in these videos, but it literally barely happens anymore. I encourage anyone who has a health problem to go out into the sun and do this. And I'm warning you, when you do sun gazing, and then if you instantly stare at your phone screen right after, you will see black dots on your screen. Because your eyes are adjusting to the sun, but then once you put it to a non-natural light, your eyes have to readjust to the non-natural light. But if you look around into the nature, you'll be perfectly fine. My friend yesterday, who's extremely intelligent, also said the sun's going to ruin my vision, but he's very smart. I think he'll look it up still. Honestly, my zodiac sign is supposed to not get along with Pisces, but it's funny. Pisces, Aquarius, and Capricorn are the last three ones of the zodiac. And they are the most intelligent. Pisces, Aquarius, and Capricorn. Capricorn comes at the third to the last, which I think it should be the last, at number 12, as in number one, best one. I don't know, they just seem the most well-rounded, successful ones with making money and success. As where Pisces seem to be the most intellectually, this could be, they seem more logical but overly emotional. But they are very, very intelligent, and they get taken for granted. And the Aquarius are extreme realists. I have too much Aquarius in me, way too much Capricorn. I am an extreme leader sign. Honestly, I am. I just have a lot of... I can be quiet and antisocial, and then I can be an extreme leader at one point. But I'm more of an infiltrator. I become the leader after I first start out as a novice, and then slowly I work my way up, like every Capricorn. Capricorns with jobs are extremely good at following instructions and becoming the leader eventually. But some aren't. Not everyone's the same, honestly. I gotta work on my book today. I can't sungaze all day. I gotta get that shit done, and I might make more than 10 pages. Because it's just that I want it to be thicker. I do. And I've made a page for the back page because the back page was white, and I don't want that. And it's going to be photoshopped. It will be colored. Let me just promote my book again. Let me show my book again towards the end. And holy shit, that video I first posted on Facebook, it went from, in 3 days, to 200 views. 200 people have viewed my Facebook post of my video. And like again, this is my book, which has an awesome-ass cover, but I have to fix some of the pages. I want your feedback. Anyone who watches this. This page, on like this page has the word fuck in it about 4 times, and it speaks about how bad the Illuminati is. And which I would think the Illuminati would actually like, because if I show up as a conspiracy theorist, a person who dislikes the Illuminati, they may hire me or accept me because I show up to the media as someone who works with the media, who likes the media, who pretends to be with the media. So they may like that. Plus, every page in here has almost the Eye of Horus. And I plan to add more of that. I like the Eye of Horus because it represents the sun. Not because the Illuminati. The Illuminati, just like Hitler. Hitler took a sign. He took the swastika, which it was originally, I believe, Hindu, or it was Middle Eastern or something. Or, I don't know. But he took a symbol from someone else and he made it something else. That's the same what the Illuminati did. They got, the Eye of Horus was Egyptian, which was the sun god, and they put it in a triangle and made it the illuminated ones. I just love it because the sun makes me feel extremely powerful, almost like a god. I love it. It makes me faster. It makes me everything. So I love the sun, and I just want to show people that, subliminally, kind of. And I want people to kind of get it on their own. They'll be able to look it up on the internet, and they'll be like, oh, that's the sun. There is a sun-gazing page in this book. You'll have to find it. Oh, and I found out why every page in this book is kind of gray. Like, you can't really see it in the camera, but each page is... You see how the pages don't match this color? I looked in Photoshop, and the pages, when they were scanned in, they're gray. They're not white, like the paper. Because the scanner scanned it in gray instead of white. So I kind of fix every single page in Photoshop. I'm going to work my ass off to make this book perfect for everyone. Okay, bye everyone. Have a good day. Sun gaze. And do it naked when no one's around if you have a big fence and a big house, maybe. Or if you just don't care what people see.